Between Plays. It's the journey and what you do between where you are and where you want to be. Research, prepare, plan, and execute your strategy. Do your DD and stay strong in visualizing and achieving your goals. Our strategy is unique since 2020. An original concept imitated, never duplicated. Real conversations with media influencers, educational and expert speakers, analysts and consultants. Between Plays, bridging the gap between companies and investors.
Hello everybody and welcome to Between Plays Stock Market Strategies. All right, so don't look at all this over here. Pay attention to what's coming up. The content is more important. All right, so listen, we have something really exciting over here. So, we've done, we have probably the first video is up on Eddie. Well, according to people in my Telegram, that's what it is on YouTube. And, we've had two of them up there. Eddie's very exciting. We'll see what happens with them. We've spoken about BRW on here, Brunswick. We've done articles on like i3 Energy. i3 Energy when it was like pre-making revenue, when it had just done a reverse takeover. I was saying, listen, they'll give out dividends. The things are going to happen. What ended up happening, they went from the 10-cent mark for when I got them, 9-cent mark. They were up to 30, 40, 45 cents and offering dividends. So if you would have picked that up at 9 cents, you'd be laughing to the bank, especially if you would have put in a ton of money to make return on the dividends. And that's a company that I see eventually in the future, in my opinion, is going to just grow bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, they're pretty aggressive, all right? So now today, we have Patriot Battery Metals. Listen, I've been wanting to do a video on them when they were in the 30-cent range. I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't get that video up in time. They just moved that quick. I pretty much blinked. I came back, and they would just rocket right through the roof. Now, I got to bring something to your attention. I've seen the volumes move on it, and I just said, okay, well, let's just keep an eye on it, and this is what came out this morning. Check this out. Now, we all know that this channel is not about FOMO, right? I'm always going to tell everybody, research, prepare, plan, and execute, okay? That's not what this channel is about. It's not about FOMO, but I am excited. And here are the reasons why. All right, check this out. So the company's name is Madoro, all right? Madoro Metals Corp, all right, actually. So the company's name is Madoro, all right? Madoro Metals Corp. Here, let me just get this over here to keep the glasses going. So look, Vancouver, BC, February 1st, today, 2023. Madoro Metals is pleased to announce that it has entered into an option agreement to acquire a 100% interest in the 213 claim. 12,325, so that's 12,325 hectare first green lithium project located in the rapidly emerging Cadillac Pontiac lithium camp in the Abitibi-Témiscamingue region, approximately 75 kilometers southwest of Val d'Or, Quebec. Now, this is the part that really gets me excited, everybody. Dushan Burka. All right, so if you don't know who Dushan Burka is, let me just show you who This is Mr. Dushan Burka over here. As you can see, he's we got Cisco in the background and stuff like that. And what else has Mr. Dushan done? I've had the how can I say it? I've had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Dushan at the 2022 PDAC conference in Toronto, and the man is, you could tell, highly intelligent. He's got he's so charismatic. It's incredible. I enjoyed my conversations with him, and what can I say other than that? Like, here, let's let things speak for themselves, all right? And you have here Wall Street Journal, Patriot Battery Metals. Now, if you don't know who Patriot Battery Metals, I don't know what to tell you. Let's go take a look at Patriot Battery. Patriot Battery Metals is at $15.58. I was looking at the stock at 30 cents, everybody. Oh. But what happened? I'll tell you what happened. I missed the boat. I missed that boat. That is insane. 30 cents. It's just incredible, all right? And, anyway, it's just, I can't even express myself here. Here, let's just take a look at in the 1 year. So in the 1 year, you have over here 69 cents. January 31st of 2022. You go to January 31st here, you'll see that's 57 cents. And of 2022, if you had the patience to ride it, you got $15.61 basically a year later. So if you would have, put in even what you could afford to lose, depending on what your portfolio size is, right? Everybody's got a different portfolio size. But whoever puts in what they can afford to lose, it would just make their lives that much better. That's what I'm talking about over here. Patriot Battery Metals and Dushan Burka. Now, Dushan Burka is the CFO officer and director of Patriot Battery Metals. So, when I do the research, I'm always trying to look at who's in there and everything like that. And now Dushan Burka is the president and CEO of Madoro. All right. And we just saw what Patriot Battery Metals did. And he's CFO there and director. So he's like, look at this. He's saying adding the first green lithium project to Madoro's project portfolio is a low risk. How can you say something's a low risk? Right? Because of the fact that these guys, they are so good at what they do. Look, doesn't mean that it's 100% hit. Come on. We all know nothing's 100% in life. No one even knows 100% if they're going to live past the next minute, right? In my time, in my other career, all right, which is like a book ago, the thing is that you see how there's no such thing, right? So the thing is that we're talking about low risk here. He also knows that nothing's 100%, and that's cool. But why is that? I find that's a key word, right? I always listen to CEOs. I always listen to the way they talk. I always listen to what they say. But we're talking about low risk and potentially high reward opportunity for our shareholders. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's amazing. When I say crazy, it's like saying that's fat. You know what I mean? Like a PHAT type style of talking. Because we're going to always keep this channel more like a conversation type style channel, right? So look at this. There is an unprecedented interest in domestic sources of lithium due to record high prices. Now, have you seen what Albemarle has been saying? Okay, check this out. So let's check out what Albemarle is saying here. Now, this came out January 24th, 2023. So like a week ago, okay? Let's just round it out. And they say Albemarle calls for for high lithium prices to fuel the EV industry growth. That is just insane. So what they're saying here is, they're saying that Albemarle Corp on Tuesday called for lithium prices to remain high indefinitely in order to help the mining industry develop new sources of the electric vehicle battery metal and fuel the green energy transition. The push for higher prices by the world's largest lithium producer is likely to exacerbate the growing tension between EV manufacturers and mining companies that supply the materials crucial for all-electric shift, with high metal prices threatening EV profitability. Lithium prices have more than doubled in the past year and are up nearly ninefold in the past 3 years, according to an index tracked by Benchmark Mineral Intelligence. So, for 2023, Albemarle expects the price it receives for its lithium to jump 40% over 2022 levels. So lithium prices needs to remain elevated in order to support the incentives required to take on those investment risks. The lithium market is tighter than it was last year. There's significant supply coming on, but the demand growth is more significant. So what we're looking at over here is we're looking at Madoro to be in an excellent position. And let's just keep on going with what Mr. Dushan Burka was saying. So adding to the first green lithium project in Madoro's project portfolio is a low risk and potentially high reward opportunity for our shareholders. There's unprecedented interest in domestic sources of lithium due to record high prices and very strong demand from the electric vehicle and battery storage markets. And we know that. It just was said it, right? So it just backs up every word that Mr. Burka is saying. Quebec is showing strong support for exploration, production, and processing of critical strategic minerals and is emerging as key supplier of lithium to North American markets. The first green property acquisition marks a significant move by our company into a high-demand commodity in a stable jurisdiction. Now, let's take a look at this over here. We got the Cadillac Lithium with Vision Lithium over here. Renforth Resources, Brunswick, that's in this area. And we have DeSales and Sayona Mining. And right here we have Madoro Metals. Let's just continue with what they're saying. So companies are already exploring for lithium, cesium, tantalum, pegmatites in the Cadillac Pontiac camp include Sayona and the companies who said First Green lies west and north of the Tasman's project held by Sayona Mining. Numerous pegmatite outcrops have been identified by historical government mapping, but there's no record of previous mineral exploration on the property or of any LCT analysis. A network of logging roads and the proximity to the mining centers of Malartic and Val-d'Or will allow for low-cost exploration work. Madoro intends to complete a high-definition airborne magnetic and radiometric survey in conjunction with their interpretive study utilizing high-definition LiDAR data to identify prospective LCT pegmatite targets. We can see that the markets are really horrible today, and we can see that the price is at 0.95, right? So 9.5 cents from a high of 10 cents from what I can see on the graph here. But we've already gone from a 3-cent range just recently, okay, on January 16th, and we could even say, even here lower at 4 cents on January 20th, and we've gone up to 10 cents. So there's a lot of excitement behind the scenes naturally. So, all right, everybody, you know how it works, right? How it works is we research, we prepare plan, execute, and what we do is we have to make sure that we do our due diligence, okay? No FOMO. But listen, we're talking about more than, we're talking about Patriot Battery Metals, Dujan Burka. We're talking about getting something right, into this Pontiac area that we can see that Sayona's there. We can see that Brunswick's there. We can see that Brunswick's stock has, exploded from the 30%, the 30-cent range. They're up just below $1, not too far down. The last time I had seen them, I think it was at 80-something cents. So that's amazing, all right? At these levels, naturally, I'm never going to tell anybody what to do. Maybe putting in only what you can afford to lose is probably not a bad thing, right? Because of the fact of when you connect the dots, you might want to be in at these type of prices and not get in at the 20, 30-cent range naturally, which is what a lot of people do, right? They get up in that range and then they have to wait a very long time. Thing is that putting even less at this level will give you many shares. And in order to get those kind of shares at the 20, 30-cent range, well, you have to put in a lot more. It's not complicated. At 9 cents, you're putting in $9,000, and that gives you 100,000 shares. Well, if you want 100,000 shares at 20 cents, it's 20,000. At 30 cents, it's 30,000, right? So to have, the same amount of shares, the higher it goes up, you're going to have to put in a lot more money. So and it's dirt cheap. You can put in what you can afford to lose, and you just go and say, okay, let's see if they hit stuff and it goes up to the 2030, I make my money. Instead of getting in at the 2030 and then having way less shares and then praying that it goes up with the small amount of shares that you have. So naturally, you always have to have an in strategy and an out strategy, and if if you're not well versed in the financial worlds and investment stuff like that, always seek professional help and make sure that that you do your research. It's very important. For me, I own shares of MDM. I'm going to say it straight out. I'm always honest. I own shares in MDM. And the reason why I own shares in MDM is because I've seen what PMET has done. I saw me miss the boat at 30 cents and go up. Why? Not because I didn't believe in the company, because I had too many things going on. And I literally have been building the back end, the administrative back here, putting teams together like Tech with Sandeep, Crypto with Alex, analyzing the venture market. And I had no time to really keep an eye on something like Brunswick. Until, not too long ago, I'm able to like get back in the game, do the research and stuff like that. And I said, I'm not missing this boat. Forget about it. It's not happening. I'm not going to allow it to happen. So I'm in. You guys do what you want to do. I'm just letting you know what's out there. That's it. The facts are on those papers and the links are all there. You've seen that Dushan PMET and you saw what they can do. And it's at PMET's at $15 and something cents. So I don't even know what to say about that. Anyways, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the show. We're going to have a lot of interviews coming up. Always remember, research, prepare, plan, execute, stay strong. On to the next show.
Between Plays, it's the journey and what you do between where you are and where you want to be. Research, prepare, plan, and execute your strategy. Do your DD and stay strong in visualizing and achieving your goals. Our strategy is unique since 2020. An original concept imitated, never duplicated. Real conversations with media influencers, educational and expert speakers, analysts and consultants. Between Plays, bridging the gap between companies and investors.